Hello, everybody, and welcome to www.sporthotpicks.com. I am your host, Tommy School. Today is Monday, May the 24th, heading into Memorial Day weekend. Lots of stuff going on through the NHL, NBA playoffs, tons of opportunities within there, and we have been cashing in on them like crazy and having a blast doing it, including yesterday we took an Avs minus 1.5 after the first period and got phenomenal odds, as you saw, that they ended up blowing out the Blues, locking that series up. A lot of things going on here at www.sporthotpicks.com as we continue to hit numbers day after day, and we continue to be well over the break-even point of 52.3% and have been cashing for our customers quite a bit. Also, throughout our system, we have been seeing some amazing unit gains throughout the course of the month. And since we started our programming back in March, yes, we are new as far as being here since March. However, we have over 70 years of sports wagering experience between our team. Our team consists of many folks that work through algorithms, through research, and also we follow every single one of the games in all the different major sports. And because of that, we have experts in each field, and we bring those all together to make those picks for you. And our deal is $9.99. You get everything throughout the course of the month, which brings your cost per pick down to around 4 cents. Now you think that's too cheap or inexpensive? Well, the thing is we see what these other guys are doing, and it cuts into your profit margin. So instead of having to be at a 52.3%, you have to be above that because of the amount of money that you invest on a daily basis to be able to get your numbers, which means if you're at a 52.3% and you're paying $10 a day in picks, let's say, you got to add that into your break-even point, increasing the number of corrects that you have to get. We don't want you to have to go through that. We want you to follow our system, be able to place wagers every single day. We average 7.5 wagers a day, recommended paid picks a day. Plus, we give out freebies every now and then that don't fall into our Miss the Cut segment. So needless to say, huge opportunity for you to make a second income, take the family on vacation, or even turn yourself into a professional sports handicapper and start to earn a living doing this using our compounding system. Now, at the end of this month, I am going to show you exactly how we are teaching our students on how to get from a $10 per wager all the way up into the hundreds of dollars per wager, and it not costing you anything more than your initial deposit. And over the course of time, really building a very, very nice bankroll. So with that being said, let's get into some of the review. As we always do, we start our show off with the NBA. Yesterday, straight up, the favorites and the dogs went 2-2. The dogs that won were the Hawks and the Grizzlies. Against the spread, the favorites or the underdogs went 3-1 against the spread and 2-2 on the over/under. So far in NBA basketball in the playoffs, the dogs are 6-2 at 75%, and the unders are at 5-3 at 62.5%. Now, NHL playoffs. So far, yesterday, the dogs and favorites split 2-2 as well. Overs went 3-1. However, if you're thinking, the road teams or the favorite teams, they're better because of home field or home ice advantage, whatever you want to say, the two are 15-15 home versus road wins. Yesterday results, you saw the Avs at minus 240, the Bruins win at minus 130, the Predators at plus 135, and the Jets at plus 118. And if you watch that Jets and Oilers game, holy cow, what a phenomenal game and a ton of scoring happening right there for you. Now, finally, Major League Baseball. The favorites went 10-5. The overs went 8-6-1. The 5 dogs that won were the Rays, Twins, Angels, Cubs, and the Rangers. And if you were with us last night, you knew that you cashed on the Cubs, and that was a great opportunity for you to win there. Overall, Major League Baseball, the favorites are at a 55.68%, and the overs are at a 50.47%, which they just took the lead after going 8-6 yesterday. So that's the wrap up there. And again, www.sporthotpicks.com. You could follow us on social media on YouTube at Sport Hot Picks, on Facebook at Fine 9 Picks, and then also on Twitter at Sport Hot Picks. And something that we do that is different than anybody else out there is once our paid picks are out, what we do is we put those out on social media 1 hour or very close to that time frame after the game has started to show you that these are what our picks are. We're also betting these with you, so it's not that we're just hoping that you're following along and cashing. We're actually building our bankrolls and doing really great stuff with it as well. And I can't tell you how many times I've been taken off of a pick that I thought was the right pick after looking at the analytics, hearing the feedback from our other advisors, and us making a decision, and then that one coming in and hitting. That even us who've been doing it for such a long time and been successful in it, now being in a legalized state makes it a lot easier because we could find our numbers. You know, there's so many books out there that you can connect with, and we're going to help you find those right numbers. Now, one of my favorite subjects is the Miss the Cut. This segment is super fun because what we do is we took all of our picks, we found the ones that are the best for our paying customers, and we put those into our system that you get automatically emailed to you once you subscribe. And then what happens is you get to hear where else we were thinking of looking at them, but they're not good enough to fall into the free pick area. Definitely not good enough to fall in the paid pick area, but this might be one of those things that helps you make a decision on your own as well. Don't go into a lot of detail on why we went this route, but what it does is it helps you to understand and get some information as far as what we have been doing. Again, we're well over the 52.5%. We just fell under 60% after a down day yesterday. However, like I said, we're at 59.58% in all of our picks here in May. All right, so here is the Miss the Cut segment. In the NBA, we really like this number. However, with some of the things that we found out going on and some of the analytics behind it, we decided not to go with it. But we like the Bucks at -4 in the Miss the Cut segment. Also, in the NHL, we like the Maple Leafs and the under in that game. Maple Leafs on the money line and under 5.5. One of the things that we also recommended you to do at the beginning of this series was to take the Maple Leafs -1.5 in the series. That has changed from a -159. We've seen it go from a -310 up to a -400, and that's still a great option there. Penguins are tied in a 1-1. If you still believe that the Penguins are a better team overall, you could get some great money in on them right now at a +138. And we've seen it go as low as the Penguins at a -130. The reason why we didn't take this is, yeah, the Penguins have better players, but the goalie situation is too much up in the air. So that's why we are just have this in the miss the cut. Today in Major League Baseball, on the Miss the Cut segment, we got 3 dogs that are coming in. The first one, and this one's going to shock you, but however, if you look at the lineups and everything, there's going to be a lot of guys missing out of the Mets lineup. And the only reason we didn't take the Rockies on the money line, which we have in our Miss the Cut Rockies money line, is because the Rockies on the road are horrendous. I mean, to say bad would be one thing. Horrendous really matches it. But the matchup is good for the Rockies in this. So if you were looking at that game at all, Rockies money line at a +126 when we originally looked this up. Another one, Padres on the money line versus the Brew Crew. Great opportunity there. Padres are a better team. They're starting to get healthy, swinging the bats. But they also, on that earlier time slot in the first game in a series, just don't have as good a success. Last one, Phillies money line versus the Marlins. Phillies can't get into a groove. They've been up and down all year. Same thing with the Marlins. And any time where you could get a plus line against the Marlins is a benefit. But the Phillies are also one of those teams that have been not a bettor's dream, to say the least. So that's why they fell into the miss the cut segment. So you're thinking, well, why would you guys give the miss the cut and put all that work into it? Well, that's what our job's all about, and that's what makes us different in what we do in providing a very, very high level service for you, in making sure that we're putting out quality bets for you. Overall, we're 47 and 46 in the miss the cut segment, which is exactly 50.54%. So not even profitable if you were just picking these. However, if they match what you're looking for and you hit it right, you can do some really, really fun stuff with it. Overall, again, went over these numbers. We've done 630 picks since we started this. Overall, through the course of the 3 months, we've had, like I said, 630 picks. We're 374 and 256, which is a 59.37%, which is an average, again, of 7.5 picks per day. So some really good information in there. We're providing winners. We're up on units in every single month since we started. And like I said, at the end of this month, I'm going to show you from starting at a 3% of a $330 bankroll, 3% of a $1,000 bankroll, and 3% of a $2,900 bankroll on how we built that up to be able to make those wagers and the difference of total income that you have building that compounding. All right, so finally, our last little segment here is sometimes we have a pick of the day, free pick of the day, and today we have that for you. And that free pick of the day, I got to look it up again. I had it written down and then I closed my screen over there. All right, so the free pick of the day. We like this one because a favorite that's coming off of a blowout loss in the first game of playoffs over the course of 10 years of data have covered the spread less than 3 at 58% of the time. So 58% of the time, that's great. If you can hit it 58% of the time, you're going to be profitable, make money in sports wagering. So that's why we went today with the Nuggets at -1.5 against the Trailblazers. So Nuggets -1.5 against the Trailblazers is our free pick of the day. We're happy to have you here with us. I am Tommy School, your host, and thank you for tuning in.